Women's go on strike in Iceland, the world's most gender equal society. Nothing is ever good enough. You could give them 150% of what they demand and they would still not be happy with. You know how you deal with people like this? You know how you deal with people that you can never please? You stop trying to please them. What a concept, am I right? Why didn't anyone think of this before? If you know nothing you do will ever make them happy, stop worrying about making them happy and just ignore them and let them complain into the void. The prime minister joined other women's. Oh yeah, poor oppressed prime minister, the leader of the country, so oppressed. Joined other women's in Iceland on a strike to call attention to the remaining inequities in their society, even though the country ranks the highest globally in terms of gender parity. Yeah, they're probably at the point right now where men are second-class citizens, but that's still not good enough. The protest, in which women are encouraged to stop working for a full day, is intended to highlight the challenges, including a gender pay gap, uneven burden of unpaid work within the home, and the violence that still afflicts women disproportionately. Is this going to be like that Day Without Women protest, where all it accomplished was showing just how, unnecessary they really were at most jobs? No one ever talks about the companies collapsing after a day without women. You know what I would like to see? I would like to see a day without men. Like for an entire day, if every single man in the country just stayed home from work. What do you guys think would happen then? The day has echoes back to 1975 when 90% of the island's female workforce first walked out of their jobs and handed children to their fathers for an eye-opening demonstration on the importance of their work, both paid and unpaid. Yeah, that's the point where the fathers should have just taken the kids and become passport bros. Tuesday's demonstrations drew a crowd of tens of thousands in central Reykjavik. According to the police, a large number of the a country of fewer than 400,000 people. Even the country's prime minister took part. It was the seventh such gathering over the years, the latest since current year -5. That just shows how easy they have it, But that's fine. Guys in other countries are looking at this. They're seeing what happens when you let feminazism run amok. No, Iceland is the most gender equal country in the world based on economic opportunities, indoctrination, attainment, healthcare outcomes, and political leadership, according to the World Economic Forum. Oh, you could totally trust them. A title that's held on to for the past 14 years has closed a 91.2% of its gender gap, according to the forum's Global Gender Gap Index, where 100% denotes full parity compared to about 75% for the U.S. One way we can fix this, what if more men just went the herbivore route? Instead of pursuing these like high stress, high paying jobs, if men just oh, you know what? As long as I stay single and I keep my expenses under control, I could live off of a part-time job. Yeah, how about I just get that cashier job at that gas station? That's led to many to feel that equality has been reached. See, they'll never be happy. Look, equality is a moving goalpost. Every time you reach it, they'll move it further because their grift relies on it never being reached. So they will make damn sure it never happens. Now, that's very far from the truth. There's still a long way to go, she said, with 40% of women subject to violence at some point in their lives, with women's median incomes average 20% lower than men's. Oh, never mind that way more than 40% of men are subject to violence at some points in their lives. Yeah, fuck right off with this. You call this equality? Asked the slogan at Tuesday's demonstration organized by 45 unions and organizations. Oh, that's how they got so many people there. I see. Yeah, they were probably paid. They were agitators. Yeah, actually, based people left this place a while ago. The main reason for gender disparity in Iceland, according to some name I'm not going to pronounce, is line of work with female-dominated sectors offering lower salaries. Yeah, it's about supply and demand. Another problem is that women bear most of the burden at home, including the mental load. Oh, yeah, you see, this is a perfect example of the goalpost moving. Whenever that you can prove, oh, no, look, we fully split the work 50-50. How are you still going to cry about it? Oh, but I put in more of the mental load. So just because you're a fucking idiot and you worry about stupid shit all day and I don't? Yeah, exactly. You should care more. There's no way to win, so you just don't play. It isn't women's choice to work fewer hours than men. It's because they do more unpaid work. Stay single. This will make this calculation so much easier. For many Icelandic businesses, the day means a loss of earnings with female workers gone and most childcare facilities shut. The country's biggest workplace, National University Hospital, with 80% female staff, has pushed back operations and is running on minimum staff. Oh, so they literally don't care if they Minecraft people over their petty virtue signal. That's nice. Not all Whammons are unequivocally in favor of the protest. I'm not going to butcher her name either. The first Whammons to run the SA Confederation of Icelandic Enterprise says she supports the cause, but questions stopping the economy for an entire day. Yeah, maybe in Iceland it's a legit issue. I know here in the US, a day without women, no one cared. But I guess if Iceland is the most cucked country in the world, maybe it would affect them. Instead, she encouraged making arrangements with managers to ensure the economy will not be brought to a halt. We know if a Whammons walk out of all jobs without consulting the managers, we have a huge effect on Icelandic society, she said. Well, maybe there should be some consequences for doing it. It's like every job I've had, if I just walked out of the job and I didn't say anything, about half of them would fire me pretty much immediately. The other half would, like, they'd get in touch, like, oh, hey, RGE, is something wrong? Do you need help? Are you okay? Do we need to send in a wellness check? And if my answer is, oh, I just didn't feel like coming in, oh, then I'm fired. But, I'll give them credit. At least they check to see if anything was wrong first. Only half of them, though. And I know that because that's what they did with people who disappeared.